All right, starting. What's up? How's everyone doing today? I guess we're on now. I'm restarting again. Oh boy, I just started my video and it was unlisted, so I had to just get rid of it and start it again. Did you get the notification, Billy?
Yep, it's
awesome.
all good.
Hey everybody, good to see you all. Couple things happened in the past week or so, or week and a half, since I did my video on my congressional testimony. Before I start though, discount code for today's stream is RB814. That's 50% off my YouTube, Instagram transcription bundle along with the Beato book, 50% off that, and 30% off my Beato ear training course, same discount code, RB814. Okay, so when I'm reading the comments on my video about my congressional testimony, I see one comment that says, man, it really is too bad that your Rolling Stones video got blocked. And I said, what? So my video of Angie, which I did almost exactly a year ago to the day. It was the 16th of August last year. So Angie, as you know, is my favorite, one of my favorite songs of all time. My favorite ballad for sure. But the Rolling Stones blocked videos. So what I had to do to make that video, and this is going to go towards explaining my last video that I did. People said Rick is trolling all these copyright people, and it's true, but I'll explain this. So I recorded Angie with my friend Shane singing. Les Hall came in and played keyboards. I had my buddy Jez come in and talk about Nicky Hopkins, who played on the track, the piano player. And I made a whole recreation of Angie. And the video not only got demonetized at the time, and that's a cover, but then it got blocked, I don't know, 10 days ago or so. So I thought, okay, this is a cover. How is a cover getting blocked? And I looked at it, it says Polydor blocked the video worldwide. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to make a video talking about the choruses of songs and how hooks historically have repeated one line. But I'm going to sing with my terrible voice and play the parts of all these different blockers, the Beatles, the Stones, Led Zeppelin, and see what happens. Well, because I'm such a bad singer, nothing got demonetized, nothing got blocked. And I played, I don't know, 20 different songs. Okay, not one demonetization. Now, one of the reasons is that the software that they use in order to actually determine, find these things in YouTube videos is like Shazam. You guys all know what Shazam is. One of the things is with Shazam or any of the programs that can identify copywritten material, because you're moving the phone around, it creates a Doppler effect, meaning a pitch changing effect. So it really, if you speed up the song or change pitches, it can recognize things like that. Okay. So when you sing out of tune like I do, it doesn't recognize it. There's nothing they can do to find these songs. But the video actually suffers from this, which is why I played the original, what I call the version that is the definitive version of the song, okay? Because I believe that production elements are just as important as the melody and chord progression to teaching a song. My What Makes This Song Great videos are really not only teaching about the particular songs, but it's talking about music production, arrangement, parts, how songs are put together sonically, the different types of effects used, for the vocal effect, things like that, lo-fi guitar, whatever it is. Now, when I'm talking about a Rolling Stones song or a song that I know would get blocked, I have to do a recreation of it. And I haven't done many of those, frankly. I just avoid those artists. That's why I did a Beatles one of the end, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to bore you with this. So what happens this past week, besides my Rolling Stones video getting blocked? How many of you saw the video, the first time hearing Phil Collins In the Air Tonight reaction. It's the Twins, the new trend. It's a duo of these 22-year-old kids that reacted to a Phil Collins song. Okay, well, there's other reaction websites that are videos on YouTube, same kind of thing. There's one, Lost in Vegas, is that the channel, Billy? Yep. That they did a Roundabout, for example. Okay, so they did this, and it was a massive viral video. It got 5.3 million views. Well, why is that? Well, one of the reasons is because it got picked up by all these news organizations. But the reason it got picked up, I'm going to read this to you here. This is from this is an article about what happened with this in iTunes. It says, Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight is racking up a ton of streams this month, thanks in large part to a viral video. In late July, 22-year-old twins Tim and Fred Williams took to YouTube to share their first reaction to the 1981 hit, Phil Collins' song, right? Just several seconds into the record, it was clear the brothers liked what they heard. The head bobbing and the closed eyes and multiple slaps to the chest. Tim and Fred were visibly enjoying In the Air Tonight with each passing verse. But then the famous drum break hit and their enthusiasm hit a whole other level. Okay, then it goes on to say the video has since reached now 5.4 million views on YouTube and garnered reactions from entertainment figures, blah, 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 as well as countless social media users. Videos apparently prompted many to revisit the classic rock track on Apple Music. And it peaked number 2 on the iTunes chart on Tuesday afternoon. So the only reason that it peaked, a 39-year-old song peaked, is because it was given new life through YouTube. I'm going to give you another example. And you guys know that this is my argument about this. I interviewed John Anderson from Yes the other day, and the video will be coming out in the next few days. John Anderson is a singer from Yes. Well, the first thing I asked him was about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and about Roundabout. Because my kids, when I play Roundabout for them, they all know that because of this anime to be continued meme that was all over the internet last year. So all these young kids know almost a 50-year-old song, because Roundabout's 10 years older than In the Air Tonight, okay? And John Anderson mentioned to me, he goes, well, Phil Collins is having a great thing now with his hit that happened because of YouTube. And it's because they are not blocking this content, okay? This is my whole point of this, is that when you put these songs out there, my biggest group of people that watch my videos are 25 to 34. Okay. They're not my age. I'm 58. They're young people, right? Or younger than me. Even though it's pretty equally spread amongst all these people. This has always been my argument. Now, let me explain something to you. Their video got 5.4 million views. The amount of money that made for Phil Collins is only $6,000. Not only, but to Phil Collins, $6,000 is nothing, I assume. I guarantee you that they didn't do a revenue sharing with the twins, okay? It got demonetized for sure. It didn't get blocked. It got demonetized, and it made Phil Collins $6,000 in views. So their channel, their reaction video, brought him $6,000. Now, if you were to go to a publicist, let's say publicist still existed, radio publicist or radio promotion person, and said, listen, how much would it cost to get my 39-year-old song In the Air Tonight back on the charts, up to number 2? Well, any radio promotion person would say that, well, Spotify's not going to do this and blah, blah, blah. Well, no, it's impossible. You can't pay us enough money because it just isn't going to happen, right? So that's $6,000. What Phil Collins should do is do a revenue share with them, which is kind of, when I testified to Congress, one of my suggestions was to have this fair users certification, and also do what the movie industry does, is they do a revenue share. When I do a video on a film score with John Williams or Thomas Newman or someone like that, the film companies, and I use the original movie, and I mock up the thing, and I teach what would generally be, you would say, oh, that's definitely fair use. I'm teaching composition techniques by these famous composers with their film scoring thing. So what they do is they do revenue sharing. They don't ever demonetize a video, and they never take it down. I've done many, those of you that are into film scoring, I've done videos with John Williams, Thomas Newman, James Newton Howard, Hans Zimmer, Bernard Herrmann, and the list goes on. I've probably done 20 different film scoring videos, maybe more than that. Okay. So this is my point to this thing. Guys like Don Henley that block videos, what good does this do? John Anderson was so happy to have Roundabout become known by a bunch of, my 7-year-old daughter knows Roundabout. My 13-year-old son, my 11-year-old daughter, they all know Roundabout. Why? Because of anime, because kids watch anime on YouTube. Okay? This is where the new life comes in. And the perfect demonstration of this is the Phil Collins, the Twins, the New Trend video, becoming a viral video and getting Phil Collins' song back up to number 2 on the iTunes chart. That's the demonstration, honestly, to these, what should we call them, heritage artists, that this is why you don't want to limit the, you don't want to have a zero tolerance policy to people, reacting to or doing analysis of music. It's counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive to promoting this music like that, to me. So finally, this is a perfect demonstration. I should have probably used the, JoJo and Roundabout back when I was, giving my testimony to Congress. It didn't honestly occur to me, but that's the perfect example of it. John Anderson from Yes knows. He knows. He gets it. He's 75 years old and he gets it. Why doesn't Don Henley, who's 73, get it? I don't know. But Phil Collins knows not to block. Phil Collins is not a blocker. And historically, the interesting thing is that people that allow their music on YouTube, that just take their demonetizations, for the most part, everything from the mid 80s on, except for Prince, okay? Most of the blockers are artists from the 60s and 70s. They just are. Jimi Hendrix's estate, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Queen, the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, pretty much all the biggest selling artists, the ones that have historically relied on their catalog of songs that get played on Spotify, through streaming services, iTunes, Rhapsody, whatever, or YouTube. This is why those are the people that tend to block things, okay? But, if I use Foo Fighters or Tool, Tool promoted my videos. Tool is awesome. There's a reason that Tool, beyond their music, why they are such a great band, because they get it. Not only did they not block my video, I've said it on here, I'll sing Tool's praises. I love Tool. Not only did they not block it, but they promoted it on their Facebook page. They promoted it on their website, both the videos I did. Now, how cool is that? Right? You got Don Henley on one side blocking everything. The Grateful Dead blocks stuff. I don't get it. Somebody just said the Grateful Dead still doesn't block and never will. Matthew, that's actually not true. Jerry Garcia's estate blocks videos. They frankly do. I had a takedown of a video that had a small Grateful Dead clip in it, and I had to chop it out of the video. Any mention of them. So that's unfortunate that they made their career by sharing tapes, and yet they are blockers now on YouTube. So so that to me is this example of this video, this Phil Collins video, and there's other ones too, and I'm not going to be presumptuous or pretentious or whatever word you want to use and say that my videos are going there, are helping these heritage artists out at all. But you could argue that this is at least fair use, even though I don't dispute the copyright claims. I just don't. Now, I would dispute in the future. I'm going to dispute things that are obvious fair use when I do a video on the Mixolydian mode and I play the Beatles song or play something to demonstrate it, and it gets dinged for that. And frankly, AC/DC is another blocker. I had a video blocked where I played the first chords of Highway to Hell. Okay? Highway to Hell. Me playing it on my guitar by itself, playing those three chords, A, G, and D, like they own the thing, right? Now, I didn't dispute that, but I should have, because that was outrageous, because I did a video on amp tones. It was a production video on getting sounds. Okay, that was the reason for my video the other day, that I sang these songs poorly. People, I said it in the video, my bad voice didn't trigger the algorithm because I'm such a bad singer. Okay? Anyways, but that was the thing. I was doing an experiment to see. Now, I went and looked at my Angie video, and miraculously, it got put back up today. I'm not sure how. I didn't dispute anything. I haven't made a video about it, but for some reason, Polydor released the block. They must have known that I was going to make this video today. But Metallica, somebody asked, is Metallica a blocker? Absolutely not. Metallica is not a blocker. They're totally hip. The only block out of my entire What Makes This Song Great series is Fleetwood Mac. That's the only video that's taken down. As a matter of fact, it was taken down for 10 seconds of music. And I went in yesterday and I made that 10 seconds silent, where I was talking about the bass part. And I made it silent, and the video still hasn't gotten put back up. But they said it might, it may get put back up, but it may not. But Lindsey Buckingham has a zero tolerance policy, and there you go. RB814, that's the discount code. This is how I support my channel. I don't do any ads. I don't push any gear. Renzo, thank you so much. I keep putting up the good fight. I said this, I don't want to be the one doing this. I don't believe in these it's not that I don't believe in class action lawsuits or anything, but I'm too old for this stuff. That's for young YouTubers. Okay? I don't think I'm old in my brain. I got young kids. I like contemporary music, but these things take a long time, and I believe that these young YouTubers should fight this stuff. I really do. I think that they should. But, these class action suits take years to do. And unless Congress does something, which I'm not going to hold my breath on, does something and they update the, and they update these copyright laws, which really nothing's been done since 1998, then nothing's really going to change on here. And it's up to the artists and the publishers, but ultimately the artists, as you saw, Don Henley is the one that is blocking it himself. He made it a zero tolerance policy for the Eagles, which is why he says they have 60 people that are working there at UMG. I find it hard to believe, honestly, that they've got 60 people working on it. So that's my own personal opinion. I don't know anything for sure, but I doubt that there's 60 people working on Don Henley content ID claims. Okay, I don't ever see any problem with them finding the content if an Eagles song or anything like that is played. Everybody I know is gets their videos demonetized and blocked immediately upon uploading. So I always see this Mojo Nixon was right about Don Henley. That's always, that comment has been there, has been in the comment stream so many times, and on the on my congressional testimony video talking about Don Henley. So that's my feeling on this. I mean, it's important to teach with definitive versions. I want to talk about that for one more second here too. When I say a definitive version, I mean the actual sound recording of a tune. Historically, if let's say you're Bach or Beethoven or somebody that was a composer before we had recordings, right? Well, there are no definitive versions. There is no version of Bach playing Bach, right? If there was, everyone would measure their versions up against his, or Beethoven. They would measure their, if you played the Fourth Piano Concerto, you'd measure it up. Oh, the recording of Beethoven playing it is the one. Well, there are definitive versions of songs. There's a definitive version of Smells Like Teen Spirit. There's only one version of it, right? There's a definitive version of Hey Jude. There's a definitive version of Schism. There's a definitive version of, you name it, any contemporary song, whether it's, Animals as Leaders or whoever, right? I mean, there are definitive versions. Those are the things that need to be taught from, as far as I'm concerned, and not doing cover versions of them to teach songwriting. Am I going to teach a Joni Mitchell song? Yeah, I can mimic a Joni Mitchell song. I can sing the melody. Actually, I can't sing the melody. Other people can sing the melody. But when I played Amelia, when I did my video on the song Amelia, and if you don't know the Joni Mitchell song Amelia, go listen to it because it's unbelievable. Go listen to all Joni Mitchell. Larry Carlton's guitar part cannot be mimicked by me, no matter how hard I try. And I'm a pretty good guitar player, but it's a once in a moment, once in a lifetime thing that Larry Carlton improvised. Okay? And to talk about it, you have to use the original definitive recording. That's my new term here. That's why you go in and teach these things. You don't do, here's a riff like AC/DC. Well, that's not AC/DC because AC/DC is attitude. It's vibe, it's Angus. You can't do that. Jimi Hendrix, who's going to imitate Jimi Hendrix? Yeah, you can do a pale imitation of him, but if I'm going to talk about Jimi Hendrix, I want to play Jimi Hendrix like I would in a class, in a university, music appreciation class, anywhere. YouTube is the new university. That's my rant for today about this. I feel strongly about it. You guys have heard me talk about this. I'm not going to go off. I don't want to do any more of these videos or anything. I'm going to get back to my teaching. I wanted to explain my video from the other day, which frankly was people said, Rick is trolling because he wouldn't play all these copywritten songs. Well, the reason that I did it was that I wanted to see if the video would get demonetized or blocked by playing all these songs that typically block. But to my surprise, not one, actually it wasn't my surprise. My bad singing did not trigger the algorithm, but my cover version of Angie, which wasn't close to Angie, but we did do the exact piano part. Les played it. I played the exact guitar part. And you should go watch my What Makes a Song Great on Angie, Rolling Stones song. If you don't know Angie, you should really go listen to the original song. Watch my video, but really listen to the original song because it's amazing and it sounds phenomenal. Okay? Somebody said copyrighted. Chip did. Is that what it is? Is copyrighted? Copywritten? Copyrighted. I think you're right. Copyrighted. I think that's correct. There you go. That's what I'm going to say. Support the channel. Thank you to everybody that did super chat today. People complain when I interrupt my video to talk about super chat, and I greatly appreciate that. I should have said that I wasn't going to talk about in super chat, but if you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. Beato Club. I never talk about the Beato Club. Follow me on Instagram, please. Rick Beato 1 at Instagram. I know some of you are like, Instagram, I hate Instagram. I've become a guitar player again because of Instagram. Because I don't do guitar videos here. I do some guitar videos, but very few. Instagram is my outlet for playing. At least playing the guitar. I play other things on here. I do play the guitar, but I play the piano, I play the bass, I play everything on this, right? So please follow me on there. And like I said, RB814. If you buy my YouTube transcription bundle with the Beato book, it's half off, or my ear training course, 30% off. That's how I support my channel. That's why I don't have to do sponsored video content or anything like that. I don't push any gear or anything like that. You don't see this video sponsored by any, and I have no problem with that, channels that do that. But I just want to keep my channel where it's focused on the music. So once again, thank you all for this. Check out my, check out everything. Thank you all. Have a great, great day. It says end stream. There we go. So they put that back.